Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today, finally following with the One Piece videos here on the channel, we will talk about Monkey D. Luffy's companions for the final great battle, whether against a frighteningly powerful pirate, or against Sekai Sifu herself and the main leader who makes all the decisions, him. So I count on your support to leave your like in today's video to help the channel. I also hope you can help us by subscribing to the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, then, as we know, Luffy has been managing to gain the respect of the most powerful allies during his journey. Even some enemies could not end up not liking the Straw Hat Boy, who continues to face the most difficult adversities to fulfill his dream of becoming the king of pirates, as well as protecting other people's dreams as he goes his way. And at this point, Luffy's own crew has already become one of the most powerful of today, being the Captain the Pirate, who has the greatest achievements and the greatest bounties after the 4 Sea Emperors. Not only that, he became famous for integrating the supernovas, the worst generation, and their commander is also part of this group, being the already famous pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro, who seeks to become the greatest swordsman in the world. Straw Hats still have the support of the world's greatest marksman, king of the island of marksman Sogeking, or rather Usopp, the navigator Nami, who now owns the homie Zeus, Robin, Sanji, Chopper, Brook, Frank, and now finally Jinbe, the which together makes the crew extremely powerful. However, let's not forget that they also have the great fleet of Straw Hats in case they need help in a big confrontation, which have the full force of the crews of Cavendish, Bartolomeo, Sai, Idio, Leo, Hadrudin, and Orlumbus. Basically, then, the strength of the Straw Hat is already gigantic, but in a battle that would change the course of the whole world, he could still have great allies fighting for the same goal, like Law himself, who more than once made an alliance with Luffy for common goals. Not only that, but also the powerful Supernova, which is one of the most important devil fruits in all of history, just said during the last events of the manga that he always prefers to believe in Luffy. Basically, with everything we've seen, a great relationship of friendship and mutual respect has already been created between the two, that we see that they always end up fighting for very similar goals, and for sure Law would join Luffy in the final battle. And we go directly to the one who inspired Luffy to become a pirate and who is waiting for a moment to be reunited with the Straw Hat and possibly fight by his side, Shanks and his crew, who is possibly the one who already understands what the final battle and which sees Luffy predestinedly fighting it, and which we must see fighting by his side. This is because we know that Shanks was the one who saw in Luffy the potential to be the great pirate of the new generation, and the main one saw in that boy his old captain, Goldie Roger, the king of pirates. Thus, Shanks will possibly fight beside the boy with the straw hat just as he fought beside the one who gave him the hat he gave to Luffy, battle beside the future king just as he battled beside the old. We must also mention the former Shichibukai who fought for Luffy during the confrontation of the best, even knowing all the consequences that could bring. Boa Hancock. Not only Hancock, but all pirates. Kuja has enormous respect and friendship for Luffy, acknowledging not only his power but also the kindness of that pirate captain. And Hancock had already said that she would always fight alongside Luffy if he needed to, while she also needs to fight for the pirates Kuja and Amazon Lily. That way, everything would happen even more if the enemy were Sekai Sifu. After all, they are also the greatest dangers for everyone Boa Hancock wants to protect, as well as everything she experienced thanks to the celestial dragons. We also have Momonosuke and all of Wano's samurai. In that case I could name Yamato, but I'm already counting Yamato as a member of Luffy's crew and not just someone who will participate in a battle. As we know, Momonosuke created a gigantic bond with Luffy just like his father had created with Roger, and everyone who is fighting for Wano today is fighting for two people, mainly Momonosuke and also Luffy, since we saw that the Straw Hat was the one who gave hope to everyone who was there. That way, as Wano is not affiliated with Sekai Sifu, it would possibly be simple to enter a battle to help Straw Hat Pirate just as he would have helped them. In the same way as Momonosuke and Wano, we could also mainly have Shirahoshi and her companions from the Island of Fish Men in the final battle. As we know, Shirahoshi is a potential enemy of him who kept a photo of her along with Luffy's bounty. And we know that Shirahoshi is Poseidon herself, one of the powers feared by the celestial dragons, and possibly that is the cause of getting him's attention, so that the battle with Luffy is almost predestined. And just like Shirahoshi, there is another person who is also having him's full attention. Not only that, as this person is a direct descendant of the realm of Alabasta, one of the ancient realms that formed the present world. Going beyond that, we are speaking of an official member of the Straw Hats, Nefertari Vivi. As we know, Vivi really wanted to be able to be with Luffy and his companions from the beginning, but as she can't travel with them, she still tries to change not only her kingdom but the whole world, this fighting in the way she can. Not only that, she wouldn't participate in all of this alone. After all, besides Vivi and everyone who was on her side in the great battle of the past, we also know that the Straw Hats have the respect of Koza and those who fought in too. Basically, all the forces of the clash that took place in Alabasta can gather to fight for Vivi and Luffy at this time. After all, if we follow the line that Imo would be the final enemy and that the Gorosei Gorosei were already trying something against Vivi. Besides their leader, the one who occupies the empty throne would also be watching Vivi, as well as Luffy and Shirahoshi too, so the battle would be against a common villain. And speaking of common villain, him is the leader of everyone, the one who commands the Gorosei, who command all the Tenryubitos, who are the ones who ultimately command basically the entire world of One Piece and who created all the structures that are currently followed. And as we know, there is a unique group that dedicates all its movements and forces to try to completely wipe out the Sekai Sifu and everything that was established by the world nobles. That is, I'm talking about Luffy's father and his allies. Sometimes we've seen Dragon's small moves and also his desire to save Luffy when he was being attacked by both Buggy and Smoker. Not only that, as Ivankov had already said, that Dragon has a gigantic relationship with his home. That way he would not only be fighting for his son, but also against his common enemy, those he is slowly trying to overthrow. Basically, Luffy would have not only Dragon, the most wanted man in the world, but also everyone who is beside him, which has entire islands that have joined his goals, as well as several powerful people. Powerful people like Dragon himself, or even Luffy's brother Sabo, who was rescued by Dragon and at one point trained directly by him, being second in command of his entire organization. Luffy and Sabo would always fight for each other, and this goes far beyond. After all, they would be fighting for the same goal that Sabo was fighting since a very young age. Even at this moment, something we don't know is what happened to Sabo. Possibly he was taken by Sekai Sifu, and at this moment Dragon is already moving to find out if this is really true. This would further increase the possibility of an allied confrontation with his son, the very powerful Straw Hat Pirate, who became one of the most notorious pirates of the entire generation. And we are already seeing that our list is going from famous pirates, princesses, and even an entire gigantic organization that has achieved a renown that compares even to the Yonkus when it comes to actions. But even enemies can join Luffy for this battle. That's because we've seen in the past how a powerful member of the Marine teamed up with his greatest rival, Roger, who would later be known as the King of Pirates, and all this for a battle against a common foe. Not only that, but the sailor respected the pirate, who also respected him, even saying that they would fight until the end, until one would end up beating the other. Going further, Garp didn't even agree to become an admiral because he didn't believe in what was done by celestial dragons. And the same is happening now in this generation, with Kobe, who at Marineford himself was no longer agreeing with everything that was going on, and who acted directly against the wishes of Akainu, who is currently fleet admiral. And perhaps, just as Garp fought alongside Roger, Kobe would fight alongside Luffy. So we can witness in the final battle, Luffy joining forces with his grandfather, Garp, who would then also be fighting alongside his son Dragon, and also support from Kobe, who in the future should become one of the greatest heroes of the Marine, one of the most powerful members, just as Garp also became in his time. Finally, comment on the video what you think about all this and what you expect for the final One Piece battle. Don't forget to leave your likes in the video to help the channel, and also subscribe if you're still new here. The channel is new and needs your help. Thank you so much for watching our video so far. Your support is very important. See you in the next video. Bye.